Monetary policy. This is one of three. We're going to be doing three different parts to this. The government's use of the money supply to affect changes in the economy to make the economy go up or down. There are three tools to monetary policy. There's the reserve requirement, the discount rate, and open market operations. And if you raise one or lower, that'll change the money supply and change the economy. There are two different types of policies. There's loose monetary policy and tight monetary policy, and they're opposite of each other. So there's 5 different parts to loose monetary policy. It's borrowing is easy, interest rates are low, and money is available to loan. Consumers spend more money. They go to the stores with credit cards, use car loans to buy cars, spend money on credit. And then when they do that, businesses expand with more sales. Businesses will add hours, give overtime, hire part-time workers, hire full-time workers, give raises to employees as profit increases. Employment increases, and that's the whole goal of the loose monetary policy. Businesses will again hire first part-time workers, then full-time workers, and then give raises. And then consumers spend more money because they have more income from getting a job or getting a raise or having more hours. Loose monetary policy will eventually lead to inflation over the long run. You use loose monetary policy to decrease unemployment, fight unemployment, and to raise GDP. Tight monetary policy is the exact opposite. So instead of borrowing is easy, borrowing is difficult. Consumers spend less money. Businesses postpone expansion. Unemployment increases, and then people spend less money. Tight monetary policy will lead to a recession, and you use this policy to fight or decrease inflation or to lower GDP. Now, with monetary policy, the reserve requirement is the first tool, and this is the percent of money that banks must hold in reserve for withdrawals and cash use. This money cannot be loaned by banks to make loans. It cannot be used to make loans. An increase in the reserve requirement reduces the amount of money that banks can lend because they have to hold more in the vaults. A decrease in the reserve requirement increases the amount of money that banks can lend. They hold less in vaults and they have more money to actually lend out. This is the formula for the money supply. S equals A1 over R. S is the potential increase in money supply. A1 is the initial deposit. R is the reserve requirement. So we use R, we change it to increase the money supply. This is to solve a problem called reduce unemployment or increase GDP. And there are 5 steps. S equals A1 over R. S is the potential increase in money supply. A1 is the initial deposit. R is the reserve requirement. This is the hypothetical today. The money supply is 1,000. The reserve requirement is 10, and the initial deposit is 100. So this is the equilibrium for right now. So we want to reduce unemployment. We want to increase the economy, so we want to raise the money supply. We can do that by lowering the reserve requirement. And so we're going to keep the 100 A1 the same. This goes down to 0.05, and this becomes 2,000. So we decrease the reserve requirement. The potential increase in money supply will increase. It goes from 1,000 to 2,000. This is our conclusion statement. Therefore, by decreasing the reserve requirement from 10% to 5%, money supply will increase from 1,000 to 2,000. Borrowing is easy. Consumers spend more. Businesses expand. Employment increases, and consumers spend more money. Now, this is the problem, is to solve the problem, reduce inflation. It's just the exact opposite. First 3 steps are identical. S equals A1 over R. S is the potential increase in money supply. A1 is the initial deposit. R is the reserve requirement. And then this is the hypothetical today. 1,000 is the money supply. 0.10 is the reserve requirement. 100 is the A1. You want to reduce the money supply. You want to raise the reserve requirement from 10%, say, to something like 15%. So I did this as 0.16. Actually, it's 0.15. I'm sorry. So S equals 100 over 0.15 equals 667. So that should be 0.15. Increase the reserve requirement, then the potential increase in money supply will go down. Therefore, by increasing the reserve requirement from 10% to 15%, money supply will decrease from 1,000 to 667. Borrowing is difficult. Consumers spend less. Businesses postpone expansion. Unemployment increases, and consumers spend less money. We're now going to end monetary policy number 1, and then we're going to go over monetary policy number 2 and 3. So this is the beginning part of the monetary policy 1. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in class or post after the video.